Tonight on CTV, learn about the journey of a woman who hiked all four corners of Colorado.
Then learn more about the large renovations soon to take place on CSU campus.
And finally, learn more about John Woods and the Braver Angels organization as they attempt to bring down partisan divides.
All this and more on CTV tonight.
Good evening, Rams. I'm Adam Carlson.
And I'm Karma Robins.
Students at Colorado State University have come forward alleging the use of date rape drugs at off-campus fraternity parties, raising concerns about the university's inaction. Multiple students, including Jane Davis and Sophia Miller, reported being drugged at parties hosted by Phi Delta Theta and Sigma Nu, fraternities only to be told by the university that there was insufficient evidence to take action. Despite these alarming claims, both fraternities remain in good standing, leaving students frustrated and worried about future incidents.
The parents of a Colorado State University freshman who died in Durward Hall 2 years ago are now suing the university, along with the CSU police dispatcher and a resident advisor, claiming that the university has withheld information about the incident and that their daughter's death could have been prevented. Jessica and Douglas Megan filed their suit in the Larimer County District Court on Tuesday, exactly 2 years after their daughter had collapsed in a dorm room and died following a severe allergic reaction. We will continue to update this story as it develops.
Hundreds of people marched in the streets of Denver and Fort Collins this Monday to participate in a walkout for Palestine. The walkout was in recognition of the 1-year mark since Israel suffered the worst terrorist attack in its history. Since then, the conflict has grown to kill tens of thousands of people, to grieve the deaths of so many, specifically children. Fort Collins came together to chalk a 9-mile memorial through the town. Now, a year has since the Hamas attack, the war in Gaza continues to grow.
While the situation in Palestine reminds us of the challenges many face, here at home we turn to a more uplifting story about CSU alumni making a positive impact in their communities. There are so many possibilities that you can pursue after you graduate college, and it doesn't even have to do with your specific major. You can relate any major to anything that you want to do. Most think that they have to do something related to their major, but I got to speak to some alum from CSU that own their own business now, and it is not where they thought they would be.
Both owners of these places graduated with majors not in their field of work, but they still put them to good use in the business that they own.
No, I didn't think I would own a business. I've never once wanted to own a business, and so the idea sort of landed in my lap.
No, my plan was actually to be a financial advisor, and I got an economics degree, and this just kind of landed, and we just kind of kept running with it. My brother-in-law and I started the business back in 2009.
Of CSU has helped them a huge amount with success in their business in significant ways.
Yeah, CSU, I think the community around CSU has really helped build our business.
I think it's been fantastic because being in Fort Collins especially, there's a lot of other business owners that went to CSU. We bump into each other at the same events.
While owning their businesses, they have had so many positive results as well as challenges.
One is it was 2013. Myself and another business got together and created the Fort Collins Foodie Walk. The biggest challenges were working with family. Family-owned business is good and bad.
My brother was traveling in Anchorage, Alaska, and he had a Matador hat on, and someone stopped him at the airport and told him that he loves Matador. It's been there a million times. So getting the name out there and the recognition, not necessarily in Fort Collins, but even all the way to Anchorage, Alaska, was kind of one of those things that's kind of neat, that you're really touching people and you're making sure that people are getting involved. Finding the right staff is definitely difficult. So personnel, keeping them around, keeping them happy, that's probably the biggest challenge we've ever had.
The biggest advice that these two business owners have is that it takes a lot of effort to own a business, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. These are two very successful businesses and show you the possibilities after college.
There are so many CSU alums that own their own business, and it was so fascinating to learn more about them. This goes to show that you can do anything that you want, no matter what college path you're going to take in your life. So, Would you be open to owning your own business?
You know, if this whole journalism thing falls through, you know, maybe I'll take my boy Brandon Lance up, and we'll start our own food truck and sell wings.
Oh, I would definitely stop by there. That
Yeah.
sounds delicious.
Yeah, should be fun. And with that, stick around, Rams, because after the break, our weather reporters Aaron Medrano and Jayden James will fill us in on this week's weather.
After 2 years?
You gotta be kidding me! Okay, no.
Robbie.
Seriously, do you have anything you can use against the dragon? I can do fireball, that'll do a lot of damage. Yeah, to all of us!
Well,
We're in a 4-foot group!
I'm sorry, what else do you want me to do?
Okay. Hold on. All right. Wizard. You gonna roll?
What's up, Rams? I'm Aaron Medrano.
And I'm Jayden James. Welcome to this week's weather rundown. Let's get right into it.
Our current conditions right now are at 74 degrees here in Fort Collins with a sunset at 6:27 p.m. Humidity looking at 20% with winds of 3 miles per hour north. And
Moving into our overnight lows. We have Fort Collins sitting at 44 degrees, Denver at 52, Colorado Springs at 50, Pueblo at 48. Over here on our western slope, Craig's at 35, Vale's at 35, Grand Junction's at 52, Gunnison at 45, Telluride at 36, and Alamosa at 29. About the same out here on our eastern plains. Okay, moving into tomorrow's forecast.
yeah, so we're looking at 73-degree high with a low of 46 degrees. Our sunset will be roughly around the same time at 6:25 p.m. We're looking at a humidity of about 61% and winds 3 miles per hour east, southeast, and yeah. Moving on to our tomorrow's or 5-day forecast.
Finally, for our 5-day forecast, Saturday we'll have a high of 84, Sunday a high of 72, Monday 77, Tuesday 78, Wednesday 79, and all of our lows ranging in those 40-degree ranges. And that's all the weather we have for you guys tonight. Back to you guys.
Guys, a terrifying encounter unfolded in Lake City, Colorado, as a 74-year-old man was attacked by a female black bear that entered his home with her 3 cubs. The incident happened last Thursday evening when the bear managed to push through a partially cracked sliding glass door. The mother bear charged the man, injuring him with significant claw wounds to his head, neck, and arms. Thankfully, he declined hospitalization after receiving treatment at the scene. This is the first reported bear attack in Colorado this year, with a total of 96 reported since 1960.
Now, before we continue, let's throw it over to our reporter, Robert Sides, to update us on one of CSU's recent political speeches. Robert?
Thanks, Karma. National Ambassador of Braver Angels, John Wood, came to CSU Tuesday to speak on overcoming partisan divides, which makes political conversation difficult. John Wood and several panelists at Tuesday's event had a lot to say.
10 years ago, John Wood Jr. ran for representative of California's 43rd District and lost. Since then, he has joined the nonprofit Braver Angels to encourage bridging political divides. And on Tuesday, he paid a visit to CSU.
We are here at a very, at a trying moment.
John Wood Jr. stopped by CSU to speak to students and community members about overcoming political rancor in conversation. Wood was accompanied by 3 panelists who also shared their thoughts and experiences with political rancor.
We need to learn how to master the craft of being able to speak the truth with the fullness of our passion, the fullness of our conviction, to challenge each other, but to do so in a way that also invites people into a conversation, that makes us collaborators and co-creators, essentially.
The topics discussed included personal reflections, perspectives of the current political situation, and ways on how to build constructive political conversation.
I have seen, as part of Braver Angels, I have seen the deliberate people from different sides meeting together in the middle, and I've seen very constructive conversations.
Tuesday's event goes to show that no matter our beliefs, immense things can happen if we all come together.
Braver Angels stresses the importance of constructive political conversation. And remember, Rams, Election Day is a little under a month away on November 5th. But that is all I have tonight for you, Rams. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Rob. Colorado is known for the Rocky Mountains and the large peaks and wilderness out west, while the east is reserved for agriculture. But one thru hiker decided to cross through Colorado corner to corner, seeing all that it has to offer.
India Wood drew a line, looked at it, and started hiking with little experience. 1,500 miles through Colorado over 2 trips, traveling corner to corner. Last night, she gave a talk about her journey to the Society of American Foresters on campus.
Desiree McCutcheon contacted me after hearing me speak at Wildlands Restoration Volunteers and invited me because she felt that my adventure across the state was a good example of crossing the urban-rural divide.
Her story just kind of spoke to me, and just her perspective on how we have these great resources, but in some cases we misuse them, and how we can work better together. Us urban environmentalists versus the rural stewards that she encountered along the way.
This event was as a result of a very personal journey and brought many students' attention to doing hard things and the payoffs.
I hope that the people who came to the talk tonight are inspired to challenge themselves, to realize that they're an incredible human being, physically, intellectually, emotionally. You just have to challenge yourself to find it.
Now, let's throw it over.
Now, Karma, I don't know about you, but I love hiking. Do you?
Of course I do.
Okay.
I love hiking.
Would you go corner to corner?
Absolutely not.
No?
Never.
What's the longest hike I could convince you to go on?
Probably about like 4 miles at the most.
4 miles one way and then 4 miles back, or 4 miles round trip?
In all.
Okay. Well, it's a little different, but that's okay. We'll still we can still set up a 4 mile hike.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
be busy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Now, let's throw it over to our reporter Madison Spinner to tell us about some fun line dancing events she's gone to.
Thanks, guys. Northern Colorado and the Fort Collins area host many opportunities to get involved in the community. This week, I was able to speak with NOCO Line Dancing Group about the free events they host at New Belgium Brewery.
Classes at the Senior Center in Fort Collins through the Recreator, and we wanted a place that we could come out and dance, the dances that we're learning, right? And so we started looking around in New Belgium. We approached them about this group of dancers that wanted a place to dance.
Line dancing is becoming increasingly popular in the Fort Collins area, and NOCO Line Dancing has created a strong community through the power of movement.
It's a really fun group of people. The gals, and men too, are really nice, and it's a really welcoming environment, and even for beginners.
So I'm excited that line dancing can bring people of all ages together in a lot of different venues, such as the beautiful New Belgium. They are so generous with the support of the community.
We also asked some participants why they attended the free event.
I had so much fun. I've never gone line dancing, and my friends convinced me this would be so much fun. So we did it for a birthday party, and I had a really great time.
We apologize for the technical difficulties earlier. This free event is an example of one way you can get involved here in Fort Collins. If you're interested in attending the next event, you can find out more information at the NoCo Line Dancing Facebook group. Now stick around, Rams, because after the break, Zoe Weir will fill us in on what happened in this week of sports. See ya, Rams.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
You know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
What's up, CTV? My name is Zoe, and I am so excited to be coming at you with another week of CTV Sports. This week, I decided to go learn some more about Rams hockey after they drew out a huge crowd for the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Let's take a look. How's it going, CTV? We are here today with sophomore Christian Collins on the CSU men's hockey team, and we're going to learn a little bit of what it's all about. All right, Christian, my first question for you is just can you tell us a little bit about the hockey program here?
Yeah, so we're a Division I program that competes in the ACHA as the league. We compete in the WCHL as our division, which is the Western Collegiate Hockey Team. It consists of teams all over the Western United States. We play a full regular length 35-ish game schedule. We compete pretty much throughout the school year. And yeah, we just love to compete.
All right. I'm going to ask you to share the best moment and the funniest moment that's happened since you've been a part of this team.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the best moment. It happened actually pretty much last year and this year, both against our rival CU. So last year and this year, we've always had close games with them just because they're a big rivalry of ours. And both last year and this year, we were able to beat them, but in a pretty fun way. Last year was Connor Petrangelo, who's also a sophomore. He's in my class. He scored with about 3 seconds left to beat them on a buzzer beater. It was a fun environment. And this year we scored with about a minute left to tie the game and ended up beating them in a shootout. So there's tons of fun environments and games against them. Funny moment is a tough question. I don't know if I can think of any funny moments off the top of my head, but I think those competitive games against CU are always fun and are some of our most fun moments.
All right, okay, so you talked about your team a lot and your players that have scored. What is the biggest team bonding thing you guys do as a group outside of hockey?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the year, at least since I've been here, we always love to go to, obviously here in Fort Collins, we know that we have a beautiful campus and beautiful town in general, so we love to head out to Horsetooth as a team. We do tons of team hikes out there and spend time out by the lake. We'll do tons of team cookouts, enjoy doing all the other off-campus activities that the university has to offer. I know that we love attending other teams' games, the football games, basketball games, other club sports games as well. So we love doing those types of things as a team, and it helps us bond like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah. All right, a big part of hockey that everybody loves is the celebrations.
Yeah.
I have to know, what is your personal celebration and then like a big team group celebration?
That's a pretty common question for hockey players, and I think it's pretty generic, but I think it honestly does come in the moment, especially for personal celebrations. Especially if it's a close game, it might be a little more exaggerated and exciting than if it wasn't, but that kind of comes in the moment. And then for us, a team celebration, we have a team song that we sing after every win, so that's definitely fun, and a team celebration that we do, it's like a tradition now. And then we also always salute our fans after the game, which I think is a pretty cool thing that not all teams might do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, if you were going to make CSU like an absolute powerhouse, who are the 3 players who are in the current NHL that you would put on the team?
Being from Colorado, I think I have to go to the Avalanche here. I think Nathan McKinnon would be one of the first ones that just off the top of my head, he's one of the best players in the National Hockey League. Nathan McKinnon, I'll go with Cale McCarthy, another Avalanche player. I think he's been an all-star and will be an all-star for a long time. And then growing up, my favorite player is Patrick Kane, so I think I'll top it off with him.
All right, and lastly, what are you most looking forward to finish off this season?
Oh, I think just going strong. We've had a really good start. Huge props to our fans. We had a great first weekend against CU last weekend. We let's just keep that going. We have a lot of team goals, hopefully end with a national run this year, and just enjoy doing it with our friends along the way.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and good luck the rest of this year.
Yeah, thank you.
I loved learning all about this team. The hockey environment here at Colorado State is so fun and electric. And that's all I have for your Thursday night sports. But stick around. After the break, Bailey Borkowski fills us in on all of the renovations soon to happen at CSU. But have a safe and fun game day this weekend. See you, Rams.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. I'm Bailey Borkowski.
And I'm Kate Sherman.
CSU is currently going through a large renovation, with many of its buildings being under construction, as well as with new buildings being built. This construction has affected students and teachers across campus, both positively and negatively. There are so many construction projects happening around the CSU campuses. These projects include the Laurie Student Center and ALBS expansion, the Veterinary Hospital expansion, Glover Building redevelopment, Clark renovations, a new chiropter and research facility, CSFS nursery renovations, and renovations to dorms such as Allison and Durward Hall. With so many projects happening around CSU, many students have mixed feelings about the construction.
All of my classes are in the only Clark building that's still standing, so that kind of sucks because it's pretty old and I miss walking around campus. I think it's pretty loud and it's a little weird because it's not a very pleasant walk. And I think that's my biggest thing, is to see all the nice colors and it's just bam, construction. And it's a little annoying because you have to go around it.
This one right here, it ain't too bad. I thought the circles on the building were ugly, so I think that it needed a little bit of a lift. And it's kind of sucky that it's going to be 2027 when it's done, because that's when I'm going to be out of here. But not too bad.
Although students have mixed opinions, faculty have a more positive outlook on the construction.
Well, my office was in Clark B, which is now in Rebel. So it had been last semester a bit of a hectic pack and move, but now we are here in our history trailer, which is nice that we get to stay together as a department, but I'm looking forward to the update and to see what the new building's going to look like.
With Clark B being demolished, the Department of History is now in a trailer near Canvas Stadium, and I think overall, our department's been affected positively, and one thing that's been very good for our department is now our graduate students are in the same location as we are. Before, they were in a different part of Clark.
Whether people have a positive or negative outlook on the construction, it may seem never-ending. However, CSU hopes that with the completion of the construction, it will elevate student experience and learning. Personally, I don't really mind the construction around campus. It doesn't really affect me too much, so I'm not against it.
I feel like that's kind of a hot take. I kind of do struggle with the construction personally,
Yeah.
especially here in Clark. I have a hard time finding the exits now.
I will say, we had that problem earlier where we went down.
I tried to run out the wrong door. It was not an exit.
It was not an exit. I think
So-
we might have run just straight into construction if we did that.
Exactly. And with so many projects happening here on CSU's campus, some of the construction may have gone unnoticed.
One of these projects that may have flown under the radar of many students is the expansion of the veterinary teaching hospital. Ranked second in the United States, the Colorado State University Veterinary School is one of the best in the nation and in the world. With being one of the best schools in the nation, the veterinary complex is expanding upon its current facility in order to create a state-of-the-art veterinary teaching hospital. Located on CSU's South Campus, this facility is currently undergoing a $230 million upgrade. Once completed, this facility will have an upgraded curriculum, an expanded primary care clinic, as well as a livestock veterinary hospital. The expansion of the facility also allows for an expansion of the veterinary program, increasing the class size from about 140 to 170 students. Expected to be completed in the summer of 2026, the new complex will allow for all vet students to be learning within the same facility. The expansion also allows students to get more hands-on experience throughout their time at CSU. Having so many new buildings being built around CSU, CSU is entering a new era of research and learning.
But that's all we have for you tonight, Rams. Check out our YouTube channel for more content all week. Stay safe and have a great weekend.